The NBA MVP is an award that garners more attention than most. Maybe it's because of the resume boost, maybe it's because of the pride that the player winning it or losing it has, or maybe it's just because it's a cool thing to say that I am the MVP of the National Basketball Association. Regardless, it's always talked about from game 1 all the way to game 82, and it's a tight race from start to finish, where when we reach the finish line, people are always saying so-and-so should have won MVP because blah blah blah. Today's video, we look at the top 4 MVP candidates and try to predict who deserves it and why. As always, I encourage you to leave your opinions down below and tell me what I'm wrong about, what I missed, and why. And if you agree with anything I say, let me know down below as well. Without further ado, let's jump into reviewing the case for these 4 men and then making a verdict at the end as who I believe will win the MVP. Let's start with last season's MVP, Joel Embiid. Joel has done what many great back-to-back MVP winners do. They win the MVP and then somehow they get even better the following year. Joel has broken the Philadelphia 76ers franchise record set by Wilt Chamberlain for the most 30-point and 10-rebound games in a row during the regular season. The previous one by Wilt was 10, and Embiid is currently rolling with 12 and counting. On top of this, the big man is averaging a league-leading 35 points a night to go with 12 rebounds and a career-high 6 assists a night, not to mention his dominant two-way play on the defensive side of the ball, paired with the Philadelphia 76ers record in the Eastern Conference. As they're at the making of this video, just 19-8, 2 games behind the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. Statistics aside, the MVP is a very narrative-driven award. Last season, the ball was in JoJo's court as voters' fatigue and the lack of playoff success drove voters away from the idea of giving Jokic another MVP award. This season, the 76ers not only lost James Harden, but have gotten seemingly better, which is playing right into Joel Embiid's hands. As James Harden was amazing and led the NBA in assists last season, many people thought the 76ers would be a middle of the pack, a 4 to 6 seed, definitely make the playoffs, but not a top 3 seed. Through the dominance of Joel Embiid and his league-leading scoring ability, and the help of Tyrese Maxey, obviously, that's just not the case. Needless to say, Joel has an amazing case, and there's no arguing that. Next in line, we have a repeat offender in Nikola Jokic. Nikola is probably my favorite center to watch in basketball, and something that mildly annoys me is how we normalize things that he does on the basketball court. It's like we're numb to the reaction of a 7-foot, 4th heaviest man in the NBA, averaging a 27 point per game triple-double with now elite level defense, as the Nuggets are quietly, with nobody mentioning it, a top 10 defensive team if you're factoring in defensive rating. And they're the 3 seed out west when Jamal Murray has missed more than half of the season. Nikola is the betting favorite to win MVP, but it's just very wild to me that an inefficient triple-double is deemed as a bad game for Nikola Jokic or a poor performance, when any other NBA player it would be celebrated as a remarkable achievement. Recording a triple-double. Statistics aside, Jokic has been put into the silly argument that he cannot win MVP because he has no postseason success. Obviously, this argument has been put to rest because, well, he's a finals MVP now. This argument is very stupid because it's a regular season award. However, the people want what the people want. Nikola, like Embiid, is putting together a very strong case for this award, and I wouldn't be shocked if he was a finalist or winner yet again. Next, we have some new blood in Luka Doncic. Luka has been on a tear this season. The duo of him and Kyrie Irving are shocking a lot of people, and they're putting together some really solid wins this season. The Mavericks are 16-11, just 4.5 games behind the 1 seed in the wicked competitive Western Conference. How are they staying afloat even with Kyrie Irving missing time through injury? It's simple, really. Luka is averaging a career high in minutes per game, assists per game, 3-point percentage per game, and points per game. To say that Luka has been on a tear would be an understatement. He, like Jokic, gets the unfair treatment of the high standard. When Luka Doncic records a game like he did against the Clippers the other night, where he has a 27-point triple-double on sub 50% shooting, it's labeled as pedestrian. It's labeled as unimpressive, if you will. However, I say again, if any other player recorded a triple-double, whether they shoot 9 for 25 from the field or not,
it would be rejoiced, it would be celebrated. I feel though as if for Luka Doncic, unfortunately, the Mavericks' shortcomings in the standing may be the Achilles heel from him winning the award. I made a video, I want to say almost a month or two ago now, it's crazy it's been that long, but it was titled Your 2023 NBA MVP. The whole point of the video was me saying that Luka Doncic was going to win MVP. However, the contingency on that was that the Mavericks recorded a top 3 seed out east. Now they could go on a run, they could prove me and a lot of other people wrong and claim and lock out that top 3 seed. In that case, I don't see a world where Luka isn't the MVP, but for now, the Mavericks' shortcomings may, like I said, be the Achilles heel. Finally, we have a little bit of more new blood in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and I want to make this very clear. Giannis Antetokounmpo could win the MVP, but I just get this sense that the conflict of Dame and Giannis together, with Giannis saying it's Dame's team, I just feel like Giannis is not going to be, I mean, he's the 5th in the race right now to win it, but I can't see him, you know, even really being a finalist when we have guys like Shai. I didn't even say Anthony Edwards' name in this video, or Jason Tatum. Like, all those guys, in my opinion, are going to finish higher than Giannis this year, whether the Bucks are, you know, 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 out west. Back to Shai though. Shai is averaging a career high in field goal percentage, steals, assists, and he's averaging 31 points, 6.5 assists, 6 rebounds, and almost 3 steals a night. And as I mentioned, he is leading the NBA in steals per game, and it's really not even close. He's a whole steal, almost a whole steal and a half above the next thing. The Oklahoma City Thunder are the 2 seed in the Western Conference and have been shocking a ton of people. I'm really excited to see how this Thunder team continues to play out this season, and I'm really excited to see what they can do in the postseason. Now, for me to make my verdict, the season was going to end today and I had to crown someone the MVP. It would be Joel Embiid. Now, this may come as a shock, as I said, Nikola Jokic is my favorite, you know, center, or, you know, even one of my favorite players aside from Kawhi Leonard in the NBA. I just can't not give it to Joel. Last season, wholeheartedly, I do believe that Nikola Jokic deserved the MVP. This season, Joel Embiid literally looks unstoppable. I mean, he has had 50 points twice in the last 5 games. He's killing it on the glass. He looks very healthy. He is immensely efficient. He's shooting, I want to say 76.2%. I think that's the stat I read this morning. 76.2% in the restricted area. Insanely efficient, winning basketball games, putting up monster stats. The only thing though is that he is a crazy free throw merchant. I mean, crazy. And his whistle is amazing. I mean, they blow the whistle at anything for Joel. Do I predict that he's actually going to lock up and win this thing? I don't think so. I think Nikola Jokic will come back. I think Nikola Jokic will end up turning things around and win it. But for these guys, it really depends who's higher in the standings. I mean, if the Nuggets finishes the 1 seed out west over the Timberwolves, who look unstoppable and uncatchable, there's no doubt in my mind that the Nuggets will be the 1 seed. And the same thing goes for Philly. If Philly can be the 1 seed over the juggernaut Celtics and the Bucks, then I can't see Joel not winning it. As for Shai and Luka, it really does matter on their seeding. Honestly, it's funny that the seeding is just the end-all be-all with this thing. But what do you guys think? Who's going to win the MVP this year? Let me know in the comments below. Appreciate y'all's support as always. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Stay happy, healthy, and blessed. Peace.